The ocean is vast and mysterious, and sometimes it takes things that belong to it back, like this ship, for example. This is the USS Cyclops, and in 1918, it was the largest and most modern warship ever built by the United States Navy. But today it's gone. It's vanished without a trace. It was March 4th, 1918, and the Cyclops had just left Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, on a voyage to Salvador, Brazil, a distance of about 370 miles. On board were 334 sailors, including 26 officers and 28 Marines. The ship was also carrying manganese nodules, which are like little balls of metal that can be used to make steel. And at the time, there was a shortage of manganese in the United States, so the Cyclops was on a mission to help solve that problem. The ship set sail, and everything was fine, until 2 days later, when the captain sent out a message saying that they were 100 miles off course, but that everything was fine and that they would be in Salvador in 2 days. That was the last message anyone ever received from the Cyclops. For a while, no one knew what had happened to it. Some people said that it had hit a mine, others that it had been attacked by German U-boats, or even that it had been taken by sea monsters. But the truth was much more mundane. You see, the Cyclops was a big ship, but it was also top-heavy. It had a lot of open space on the top deck where the men slept and ate. And that made it really vulnerable to the wind. Because it was carrying so much manganese, it was also really slow. And so as the Cyclops sailed along, the wind began to pick up and it started to rain. The men on board began to get very seasick, and the ship started to take on water. Soon, the ship was in big trouble. And in those final moments, the captain made a decision. He ordered the crew to abandon ship, and then he turned the Cyclops around, so that the waves would push the men off the ship rather than the wind. And then he put the ship into reverse so that the propeller would pull the men away from the ship. That's what happened. The men were pulled away from the ship and into the water, and the ocean took the Cyclops back, leaving nothing but a few lifeboats and the memory of what once was the largest and most modern warship ever built by the United States Navy. Do you know any obscure historical stories? Share them below. I love reading them.